Dr. Angie Speaks, and where real conversations meet real expertise.
Hello, everyone, and thank you guys so much for joining us today. We have Victoria Hudson with us, and she's going to tell us all about herself and her passion, her why for doing what she does in the community. Victoria, thank
Hi.
you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell our audience, we have a global audience, and they may not understand some of the terminologies. You may need to explain a little of what you mean.
Yes,
So,
great.
yeah.
Well, my name is Victoria Hudson. I go by Vicki to the people that really, really love me. I talk about the nonprofit. That's how we met.
Yes.
We met in a community. I like to call it a lunch and learn in the evening, and so we have a nonprofit. It's called Humanitarian Gang Inc. We have been doing good for 10 years.
Nice.
But we have been a 501c3 for 4.
Okay. How did you come up with the name?
I'm a really good friend. I have a friend of mine who is, she's more than a friend at this point. She's my sister. She's my best friend.
Nice.
She listens to all of my ideas. We rant, and she's just a very colorful person. And we had initially it was a group of friends of ours back in 2016, all right? And I had recently started my new job, got promoted really, really quickly, and I said, man, I would really love to do something nice for a family for Christmas. And so I went on Facebook and I just posted, hey, does anybody know a family that could use a little bit of help this Christmas? And I had a few families that made it to my inbox, and it made me reach out to a few friends.
Okay.
And so a lot of these friends were military, active duty.
Nice. Yes.
And they were more than happy to join. And so that year, we took care of Christmas for about 17 kids in the Middle Georgia community, as well as a family out in San Diego, California.
Wow.
And so it felt good.
Yes.
It felt really good. And so I decided to keep doing it.
Okay.
And so after a few years of doing it just out of pocket, I realized I was going broke.
That part.
I was going broke. And so group of friends and I, we were trying to consider like a second source of income. And at the time, there were a lot of different businesses out, pyramid schemes, and people, hey, Vicki, why don't you come and sit in on a meeting? And sitting in these meetings, I realized, man, I don't need to work for anybody else. I could work for myself. And so I got this one friend of mine as well as 2 other friends, and we all sat down one Sunday at her mom's house in Fort Valley, Georgia, and we just spitball ideas of how to bring in a second source of income. And what was born from that table sitting was 4 businesses.
Oh, wow.
And so the business was originally called TC Giving, which is the crew giving, right? And so that gave us an opportunity to sell hats and shirts and keychains and just anything that we can get our hands on to just kind of generate some more funding.
So where were you guys getting these hats and
we were
keychains?
literally getting on Canva. We were just creating T-shirts with, logos on them. And people don't really buy from people they don't know. So I reached this wall again where, again, I was going broke. And so COVID hit. And I decided, I should probably relax on the side business. Let me make sure my bills are paid. And then I started doing a little bit more research, and it hit me. I should start a nonprofit because, life can be tough at times. But, man, if you ever just step outside of your issues and maybe try to help somebody else, man, you'd be surprised. And so I decided to get with a group of friends. And I said, hey, guys, you guys want to start a nonprofit? And we all pitched in. We got the nonprofit. We got our 501c3 exempt status. And we were just kind of looking at what are we going to sell? How are we going to bring in funding until like the real funding comes in? And we had to come up with a name because we had already tried TC Giving. And my best friend, LaToya is her name, she says, it's humanitarian. It's like, you're just a humanitarian.
Yeah.
And this is really just a gang. And then I said, oh my God, humanitarian gang? and it hit. And so that night we decided that Humanitarian Gang Incorporated would be the name, and I rushed to trademark it.
Nice. Yes, that's important.
Yep, I rushed to trademark it, and that was 4 years ago.
Mm.
And since starting, we have been able to do annual back to school events. We partner with You Create Making, and we typically use a location in Pleasant Hill where we started at 100 students, and last year we had about 400.
Wow.
So each year we grow somewhere between 50 and 100 kids a year, and we provide them with, a hot meal. We provide them with backpacks full of school supplies.
Yes.
Last year we were able to partner with other agencies, and we were able to give out uniforms.
Nice.
We're able to give out shoes, clothes, and
Much needed.
yeah. And so since then we've become a part of some partnerships: Coca-Cola, Frito-Lay. Of course, You Create Making. We have the new Innovation Center off of Anthony Road. And so the difference between the community events that we put together in comparison to the other ones is it's always a drive-through.
Okay. Okay.
It's a drive-through
Why?
setting.
Why?
Well, I try to respect people's time,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I say people, I mean my volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to do it early in the morning before the sun's out, that Georgia heat. And we start at 9:01 on the dot.
Mm.
And we're typically done within an hour and a half because the drive-through seems to move faster.
Yes.
And the faster we can get the families in, get them served, they can go on to the next events that typically take place around the same time, sometimes in the same area, because I'm a stickler for time. I really try my best to respect.
So tell us, where did that come from? Is it part of your upbringing?
I think that I've always worked. I had a newspaper route. I started at 8, right? And those mornings were early.
Yes.
And you only had so much time to sell out a newspaper before the church crowd went in for the day. And so that gave me a concept of time management. I think when I first started, we would get out 9, 10 o'clock. But then I realized church has already started.
Yes.
So maybe I should get out here earlier.
Yes.
So in getting out there earlier, I found myself being able to leave at 1 o'clock instead of still sitting out there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the
Is that
afternoon.
where
The time
early bird gets the worm?
Yes. And even today, I mean, I'm 36 now, and my day starts at 4 or 5.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Do you have any military background?
No military
Okay.
background.
A lot of military people get up earlier.
I mean, naturally, even if I don't have anything to do, I'm up. It's almost like my brain starts working between 3 and 4. And so I just kind of go with it and try to get as much done as possible. And besides you, I think that I get probably a lot done within a 16-hour day.
Yes.
For sure. For sure. My day starts at 4 a.m. and it doesn't really end until probably somewhere between 9 and 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I went to bed this morning at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
hitting the snooze button one time. So why do you get up so early?
My brain is constant and it's always thinking of new ideas, new things to do.
Yeah.
And I like to travel, so I have a lot of trips planned. I have a lot of family things going on, events, great things happening. So I'm an organizer.
Yeah.
And a planner, and I like to think of different scenarios and take this for this, and hats if it's sunny, and umbrellas if it's raining, and just different.
Yeah. So I have something similar going on. My brain is always going, and I don't always know what to do with it. And so I typically start with writing it down.
That helps me.
ChatGPT has become my friend.
Yes.
But how do you navigate so much information and so much going on in the brain? What do you do with it?
Compartmentalize. I have people and events and things and organizations. I'm part of 9 different organizations. So I have folders for each one.
Wow.
And I have whiteboards, and it's just a lot of organization
Yeah.
keeps me going.
Yeah, I think right now it's just a bucket of things. And I mentioned before we started recording, sometimes I get that squirrel mindset where something to just catch my attention and I just overindulge in it. And I need to know more about it and I need to accomplish it and not just accomplish it, but I also want to do good at it.
You're right.
And so I think that's kind of the reason why Humanitarian Gang has grown. We are servicing, sometimes 1,000 kids a year. And it's me and two other people. And so a lot of our roles, they overlap.
Yes.
A lot of arguments, a lot of tears of joy, a lot of celebrations. But we are now reaching a point where I think we could use a little bit more organization and a little bit more structure. But the people piece,
Yes.
it's hard to find good people.
Yes.
It's hard to find talented people.
Yes.
And things cost.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so we're still trying to navigate the funding piece. I think that's the biggest piece that we're trying to navigate, because every dime that we bring in is a conversation, it's a relationship built. But it's only one me.
Same here.
It's only one me. And so I found myself saying yes to a lot of things.
I did too.
Just to kind of get to know people, because I realized 2 years ago that I don't know everything. And it's crazy. I just learned this. And then not knowing everything and accepting the fact that I don't know everything, I find myself now, I'm craving knowledge. And I'm craving new interactions. And so I commute 4 hours a day just for work.
Right.
And then, in the afternoon, I try to make time to, pour into the business, or I'm taking some type of learning, class or a free seminar. I was gifted a 1-year subscription of a masterclass.
Oh, sweet.
And so it's just 4 hours daily of just consuming information, and it feels good. But the problem with that is, as I'm learning these things, I got to do something about it. I'm consuming this new information, and I'm so excited to put this information to work. And so, man, I need a few assistants.
So we have a global audience. Explain to them what a master class is.
Yes. So this particular master class is Kim Kardashian. I guess she's a model, entrepreneur, but she puts this together where it is a series of courses for people that are in the top of their game. So when you're thinking fashion, Marc Jacobs. You're thinking cybersecurity. She's talking to people from like the FBI. I mean, there's so many professionals that are at the top of their career that can really explain, what it is that they do and why it's important to that field. And it's probably about 12 or 13 different just genres of information. And I've been kind of sticking with the business and the mental health. And then they even have a caption about fun. They talk about, how to release more, how to be a little bit more patient, how to, they talk about endorphins. I mean, it's
a balance.
Oh my goodness. It's so much information. But so every week there's a new topic to discuss, and there's a new professional. And so, I probably listen to about 6 a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I try to catch up at least one a day. But if I can squeeze in a second one, I do. I love this course.
Nice.
So it's cool.
So how can people find out more about it?
So the particular masterclass? Oh, I'm sure Kim Kardashian has all the great marketing. I want to say that we may have found it on her Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start on Instagram.
Yeah, I would probably start on Instagram. Or just Google, Kim Kardashian's masterclass. It's an app. They have visual aids, or you can just listen to it through, headphones. I like the visual aids piece just because I love podcasts, but I also like watching TV, so it gives me a best of both worlds. But it's definitely something that's keeping me off of social media, which can drain you. Right. And it just continues to help me with that thirst of knowledge that I've been craving these last 2 years.
Okay. So tell us your why. Why start Humanitarian Gang? Why are you so passionate about helping others?
So I grew up in Macon, Georgia. My mom didn't graduate high school. Neither did my dad. My mom had me at 15. So that comes with its own challenges.
Yes,
right?
I can relate. My mom got married at 13, an arranged marriage. She had my sister at 14, and then she had me at 15.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, that came with its own life challenges, but I had two amazing grandmothers. They're still here, but
Yes.
they played a really big hand in just my upbringing. And
My grandparents did too.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
Yeah. And so, but my mom is still my mom. My parents are still my parents. And so there are a lot of things that I just could not avoid having them as parents. And it was being those kids that needed school supplies. And, being those kids, because I have siblings, I have brothers, being a child that needed government assistance and definitely just needed things that she just couldn't afford to get us from time to time, And so as I got older, I think it just kind of poured into me being the person that's always trying to give. If I see something that somebody needs, I try to make sure they get it. Even to this day, I every time I get paid, I try to take a few dollars out and just keep it on me, because you just never know who you're going to run into and what they may need.
Right.
And it's crazy. I actually just gave away my last 20 today, but today was payday. I didn't even realize it. But I look at it as a way of paying it forward. And just with so much negativity just in the world, I try to not allow that to consume me and kind of work against it.
Right.
Right? You never know what $5 could do for somebody.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where it started. Yeah. How did you get into nonprofit work?
I wish I could take credit for that. My grandparents, the ones that helped raise me, they had prayer, which is the same as a revival here in the U.S. But they just took care of the village. If someone needed food, we fed them. They needed clothes, we helped them. We had a huge garden, and that's one of the things that I loved growing up. We had a huge garden, so there was always a plethora of vegetables, fruits. We grew our own meat, goats and chickens and all of that. But also I grew up in a time when it was a village, it was a community, If I had something, I gave it to you. If you had something, you gave it to me. Bartering system.
Yeah.
So it's not something I have ever taken credit for.
Yeah.
My grandparents instilled that in me, and my aunts, uncles, a lot of my family, they still help others,
That's actually very beautiful that you say that. So if I had to picture or even draw out what a perfect life would be for me, it would look similar to that. So the cool thing about Humanitarian Gang is it's also a family organization. I have quite a bit of nieces and nephews, and so they're all young, and it gives me an opportunity to bring them into something that I feel is needed. It helps with that compassion piece.
Yes.
And then anytime you attend any of our events, the kids lead the way.
Oh, nice.
You'll see the kids with the safety vests. You'll see them packing the book bags. You'll see them handing them the food and actually doing the work. And we're there to just kind of oversee the things.
Oh, that is sweet.
But it's me trying to create future leaders.
Yes.
As well. And so my niece, she just graduated 5th grade this year. And we were leaving from Sharice's Black event at the Black Business Center. And my niece said, hey, I was thinking about inviting some of my friends to the back to school event this year. Everybody's super excited. And man, it did something to my heart, because I think that's so cool. Yes. That she's inviting her friends, and she's looking forward to introducing people that she hang out with outside of this, to something that I think, again, is needed. Yes. Right? But in a perfect world, we would do this daily. We would have gardens, and there would be a village, and it doesn't need to be relation. It's everybody that has the same thought process and the same goal, and that's to make sure that we're all okay, right? So yeah, I think that's awesome. So that's part of your upbringing.
It is. It's just something that we did. And my cousins, they still dress up as Santa and go pass out toys,
Yeah.
in the Caribbean for the kids.
Yeah.
They have, my family loves to cook. They love to cook. So there's always food
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
there's always food. But in the Caribbean, the men do a lot of the cooking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the women take care of the home and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my cousins cook
Oh.
and we eat.
Now I cannot cook.
We love to cook. They love to cook. They love to party. They love to play music and dance and just,
Yeah.
get together.
Now what part of the Caribbean?
Trinidad and Tobago, yes. Home of roti and curry chicken.
I just visited Trinidad 2 years ago. A friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, I love them. They got married there. She's from there, and he is not. But they had the wedding in Trinidad, and we had an opportunity to. We stayed the weekend in Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
and then we spent a week in Tobago.
Tobago, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And bacon shark.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I dream of it still to this day. Really good food, just beautiful culture.
Yes.
We
The
went to the
music
beach.
is awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
The beaches are awesome.
yeah.
The people are kind
Yes,
and generous.
yes, yes, yes. Man, that is cool. I just visited that place. It was a beautiful place. The food, though. The food.
Okay, stop getting sidetracked. Let's get back. So how can people meet you, get in contact with you and meet you in person and come to your back to school?
Yes, yes.
And when is it?
So we have a few things coming up. To answer the first question, how can people get in contact with us? So we have Instagram, it's Humanitarian_Gang, GANG. We have Facebook, which is Humanitarian Gang as well. We have a website, which is humanitarianganginc.org. And then we have an email, humanitarianganginc@gmail.com. I mean, at this point, if you Google Humanitarian Gang, I think we may pop up maybe third or fourth of the hyperlinks. So we're having our 4th annual back to school event this year, where we are planning to service somewhere between 300 and 500 kids, depending on the funding piece. It's going to be July 11th in Macon, Georgia, 1065 Anthony Road at the You Create Innovation Campus. Anybody wanting to volunteer, just send us an email. We'll get you registered. And then...
So, question, does people have to pre-register to get the supplies?
No.
Or do they just show up?
They just show up. So we only ask the volunteers to register just so that we can kind of keep up with who's there. But, speaking with you about it today, I'll do a press run over the next couple of weeks where we'll get on the local news. Of course, we'll try to get on the radio stations and word of mouth. We'll just get the word out. And at this point, we're starting to get some repeat families, which is really cool. And so the families just get there. We ask them to get there as early as possible. The first car drives in at 9:01 a.m. and we give out book bags and supplies until they're all gone.
Okay. And this is an annual?
Yes, annual. Yes, annual. But this year, because I keep speaking about funding because I can't speak about it enough, we are an organization that does not mind doing the work.
Yes.
So you'll find us selling T-shirts, we'll sell hats, we'll sell keychain. We even sell the little gibbets for the Crocs. All of those things can be purchased on our website. We also have an opportunity on the website where you can donate on the website directly. You can also just call us and we'll come get it. But this year we're going to try something a little new, or in addition to. We are partnering with Switch Making Cocktail Bar, and we're going to be hosting a fundraiser night.
Yes.
And that's going to take place June 25th, which is next Thursday, from 5:30 to 8:30. All food and non-alcoholic beverages. The tickets, 10% of everything made, will be donated to our 4th annual back to school event. So we're super excited about that. And then November the 21st, which is the Saturday before Thanksgiving, we'll be hosting our 4th annual Thanksgiving drive-through event in partnership with the Ronald Robbins Housing Authority.
Nice.
Yeah, busy year.
Yes, yes. And I'm sure will be doing something for Christmas because that's
So
just,
Christmas is a little different. We typically partner with agencies for Christmas. Last year and probably this year, we partnered with an agency. It's the Lending Hand, and they are out of Houston County. And typically, what they do, they find families to provide Christmas for. So it's a direct impact. Last year, we came across a hotel that was like an extended stay,
yes.
and they had about 35 kids alone that lived there. And so the Lending Hand, they went and connected with the owners, and they offered us a space, and we cooked breakfast, and we provided rent and toys for the families that lived in this hotel. And I really I like that part of just the holiday spirit, because the give back events, it gives us an opportunity to really scale and get a lot of things to a lot of people. But Christmas has always been something that I look forward to. And so I wanna give really good gifts,
Yes.
and not even just to the kids, but also to the families, the parents. People need things, people want things, and so we don't have big numbers for Christmas, but the goal is to get to those hundreds of families as well when Christmas. But right now we keep it intimate. We don't really promote it much, because it's something that we really try to make personable.
One of the things that we do for Christmas is partner with Salvation Army, and they have the angel tree. And for Thanksgiving, we help out at Hope Church.
Yeah.
So yeah, we partner with quite a few different organizations, and we just go and volunteer because you know what, like you said, we only want
Yeah.
and wherever we can assist,
Yep.
that's what I do too. So we don't have to be in charge of our own. And one of the things that struck me that you said is you and your friends. So collaboration is oh my God, it is so key. Collaboration,
Yeah.
collaboration. And for the people who's trying to start their own business or start their own organization, find someone who's already doing it.
Yes.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
And it's not a competition. She has a nonprofit, I have a nonprofit. We are just trying to give back and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
It's not just my organization or her organization or us, against. No, it's not about that.
I call it community over everything.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We are always open to collaborations, sponsorships, partnerships. The only thing is we just want you to be a good person, and we want you to be nice. Something that we hear at each event is we'll have a family or a car pull up, and I just look forward to coming to your event. Your volunteers are just always so sweet. They're always so nice. But at this point, it's family among friends. We pray before each event. We tell the volunteers, especially the people that are there for the first time, like, this is really big to us. These people are really important to us. And so it's important that you make them feel welcome and you let them know that we're happy for them and we're proud of them, because it's not easy to always, ask for help.
Exactly.
And so that's our number one rule. You gotta be nice. You gotta be a good person. That's what we ask.
A lot of people don't take into consideration that not everyone is just sitting on their, behinds asking for a handout.
Yeah.
Some people are embarrassed by it. Some people are, just have situations that they cannot work around. So.
Yeah. I recently read Will Smith's book, and he talked about everybody is going through something. And we have the responsibility to pull them away from the edge instead of pushing them. And I like to think that Humanitarian Gang is that for the community. We don't want to make it worse. We want to do our part to try to make it better, even if it's just a little bit.
Everybody do a little.
Just a little bit.
Yes. So tell us a little about you. What do you do when you're not working and commuting and volunteering?
Oh, I travel. I try to. I love the beach,
Me
so
too.
I center most of my travels around the beach.
Hmm.
Um,
I love water.
yes, yes, yes. I love water. I love the beach. I love to eat. Um, but in a really good world and on a perfect weekend, I'm home
Oh my goodness.
because
Sorting through items to give away.
I try not to. It's hard though, which is why I choose to travel because if I'm home, I find work for
Yes,
myself.
yes.
But I really like to be in my house, and that's where my peace is. I can kind of hide from the world a little bit. I found a little puppy on the side of the road about a year ago, and I already had a 13-year-old schnauzer who's a mean old grumpy dog. But we brought this little puppy in, and we named her Frankie. And Frankie has just completely turned our lives upside down. She's a dog that I never thought I wanted. She's so affectionate, and she loves being a dog. And Charlie, who is the older dog, he's got my mindset. Let's just lay down, let's watch TV, let's relax. And Frank is like, we got things to do.
Yeah, go,
We got
go,
things to do.
go.
So when I'm not hiding out at home, I'm definitely trying to travel. I'm always trying to find a nice beach somewhere. Every now and then we may do a friend trip where a group of friends of mine will go to a cabin just to kind of unplug. But I like cutting grass, my grass. I mean, I just have so many just weird things that really bring me peace. And I'm in a military neighborhood, so a lot of retired military veterans, and the alarm on Saturdays is the lawnmower going off. And it's like, all right, it's time to get to it, right?
Yes.
And so it keeps me moving, but I can't sit still, so I'm always finding something to do. So that's me. I'm busybody.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, I'm busybody.
I lost 44 pounds, not by going to the gym, but just staying
moving.
active.
Yeah.
Staying active.
I just feel like there's always something to do, and if I
There
can
is.
keep my eyes open long enough to do it, I probably will. Sundays are my reset day. I do laundry. I iron my clothes for the work week. Like I just, there's always something that needs to be done. So I'm working through that though. I am with the 2 to 3 events that we do a year because of the size of the events.
Yes.
I find myself working year round in prep for those events, and so I think I was telling you before we started the video, I'm trying to learn that compartmentalizing,
Yes.
right? And we're trying to get a little bit more structure and organization because it took off quicker than we thought. It was only supposed to be a few families. And then you realize, man, it's more families.
Yes.
And I take that very personally. So I spend a good bit of my days, if I'm not working, if I'm not traveling for enjoyment, connecting with other people that are doing something similar, right? Other entrepreneurs, other executive directors, taking any free class I can find, and just constantly building relationships because it's because of those relationships that Humanitarian Gang has gotten to be where it is right now. Like look, we're here.
Yeah, that part people don't understand that it takes a team. It takes a network.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I focused on was building a team.
Yeah.
Building a network because you can't do everything alone. And it gets overwhelming. Because when you think of the balance, your life, your social life, your work life, your just so many different events that I go to.
Yeah.
And then pageant and just so many things you have to compare. You have to.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that I totally didn't mention. The reason I like to hide out at home is because if I'm not traveling, if I'm not working, if I'm not doing something for Humanitarian Gang, I am attending somebody else's something.
That part, yes.
Because I think it's important just as much as I need support to support others.
Yes.
And that's also where I meet some of the best people.
Yes.
I met you recently due to an event, but it gives me an opportunity to kind of see what's possible.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It just opens you up to so many things. And so, man, I just encourage everybody, if you're even considering starting any type of organization, you got to get your people skills together. You got to be willing to give some, and you definitely got to be willing to talk and communicate and connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Closed mouths does not get fed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. Talk about what you're doing.
Yeah. I was told once I should be a motivational speaker because everybody that I come in contact with, I always try to find a way to pour into them because you
Yes.
just never know what they're going through. But I think that's a love language that I also appreciate. You know, I appreciate the smallest compliments. And so I like to share compliments often. Um, and it feels good to see somebody just smile off of something that you say about them. Hey man, it's a nice shirt. Oh, that man's a genius. You know, I think that too often we come across people that are just going through so many things and we just choose to not say anything. Right? So I try to make it a point to always say something nice to every person I encounter just because you never know what they're going through. Right?
That's right.
Yeah. So that's me.
So what's in the future? What?
Scaling. I played around with the idea of pausing,
Mm.
right? But I don't know, it does something to it feeds me to be able to do these things for the community. It feeds me to, connect with different people and, get access to these things that I can then provide to other people. So my biggest goal right now is finding people, finding more people to help build a solid team that's outside of the three of us. Because man, if we can do this with three people, and we actually have four, but our fourth board member, she's military, so she's stationed in Germany, so she's not able to be as active. But she's really big when it comes to operational, and she gives us a lot of ideas, and she's a really big piece of everything that we do. But I think about how big we've become in 4 years with just three people on the ground. Can you imagine what this could be if we had a solid team?
Yes.
So that's the goal. The goal is to build a team and create some structure.
But also partner with people who's like-minded and people who is doing what you're doing. And because you can get knowledge
Yes.
from and get connections from what they have already established.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's how we got here. When we wanted to host our first event, it was a sip and paint event for teenage girls. And we can only afford to do 20 canvases. And we were looking for a building to host this. And Sharice Stevens with You Create, she reached out and said, hey, I got a building. And that was in 2019. And now
COVID time.
Yeah. And now every year, every event takes place in a Sharice Stevens building. So, I'm really big on the partnership piece and the meeting new people and learning and also sharing a lot of what we have. I love when somebody calls and say, hey, how'd you do that? Or how do I do this?
Right.
I give it away.
Sharing information.
I give it away.
Yes.
Yeah, I love to share information because the overall goal for me is to pour back into the community and to put good into the world. And so I can't do it by myself. So if I come across somebody who is trying to do the same thing, take these resources.
So how do you guys go about getting supplies to give away?
The money that we raise.
Okay.
Yep, the money that we raise. We typically, May is the month that we do a lot of our fundraising. We sell a shirt once a year. And the proceeds from that shirt goes right into the events for the entire year. We connect with different businesses. I actually personally, I am a part of a Business After Dark network.
Okay.
Where we host it twice a year here in the Runner Robins area. And we try to invite somewhere between 30 to 60 different businesses and organizations. We feed them, and for an hour and a half, all we're doing is sharing resources.
Nice.
That's literally all we're doing. We're actually getting ready to have one in August. We're going to have one August the 20th.
Yeah.
I'll be partnering with the Runner Robins Fire Chief, Mr. Albert Wright, as well as the new Fifth Third Bank that was just opened out in Bonaire. And so we're inviting them out to kind of talk to small businesses about, ways to get small business loans and how to get funding and different types of accounts and financial literacy. And so that's kind of how we just make connections. And
let me know about that. I'll put it on my calendar.
I
I'll
would
come out
love
and
for you to come.
support.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That'd be awesome.
and let me know even if you want us to partner. But you know, if you got a girl, just keep going.
That's the plan. I just plan to keep going until I
Yeah.
can't keep going
Yes.
anymore. But we do a lot of the leg work.
Yes.
But we're so blessed for corporations like Flint Energies.
Yes.
Flint Energies has been a godsend to Humanitarian Gang over the last couple of years. Georgia Power, we recently partnered with them for our first ever Career Resource Day, where we invited 25 kids to the You Create Innovation Center, and we had them sit in for a day. It was about 4 hours, and we invited different people from different backgrounds and organizations and professions to kind of talk to the kids about just what those avenues look like. And so we had police officers, we had teachers, guidance counselors, doctors, attorneys, realtors, professional basketball players.
Nice.
And then we invited a few organizations from around the city of Macon, like the Harriet Tubman Museum, to kind of show these families that there's just so many different resources that are readily available, and a good bit of them are free.
Right.
And so it was just a way to get the kids, from in front of YouTube for a couple of hours. The building didn't have Wi-Fi, so they did not like that. They did not like that. But a few of the kids, they definitely took some things away. We had a young man that wants to be an engineer, and we had an engineer there.
Nice.
We had a black-owned construction company there. So it was something that I feel our youth could take advantage of. And so Georgia Power, they were kind enough to partner with us, and they provided volunteers, and they provided food, and Coca-Cola provided beverages, and man, we just had to get the people there.
Nice.
So that's all we're doing. We're just continuing to partner with people to just get the things to the community the way that it needs to be, quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So for the people that's listening, and they may want to know, or how do they get in contact with some of these organizations or some of these businesses for them to donate to you? Like, how did you guys go about getting the...
So I mentioned the networking.
You're right.
The networking piece. Right. I just maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I started following Spark Making. Right. They host something every Wednesday.
Yes.
And so if I can get down from the city quick enough, I'm trying to be a part of it, and you just never know who's there.
Yes.
And I love Humanitarian Gang. I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish. And so there's not too many conversations that I have daily that does not include Humanitarian Gang.
Talk about what you're doing.
Exactly,
yes,
exactly.
Yes.
And even in church. So the young lady that was our contact for Georgia Power actually attends my church.
Look at that. Yes.
Yep. She actually attends my church, and we had spoke a while back. I actually think I met her around the time I first met you, when they did the Black History event at the Douglas Theater. I think I met her around that same time, because I also met Quintessa. I met quite a bit of people that night, and we started talking, and I was in church one day, and I'm like, I think that's who I think it is. And so we exchanged numbers, and we stayed in touch for a few months, and finally I just asked, hey, do you know if Georgia Power would be interested in sponsoring an event? And I told her what my ideas was, and she absolutely loved it, and she got us connected with the right people, and Georgia Power, sponsored an event. And so that's kind of how a lot of these partnerships come about. My godson, when he was 17 years old, he typically, if I can't attend an event, he'll attend for me because he's graduated high school. And we volunteered with Atrium. They were doing like a community health food drive-through. And I wanted Humanitarian Gang to be there to volunteer because I thought it was huge. And so him and his little brother, they went in my place, and that afternoon he called. He's like, man, we had a really good time. They gave out thousands and thousands of pounds of food, but I got this guy's number. He said he worked with Coca-Cola. And I said, well, what was that interaction like? And he was talking about Humanitarian Gang. And I called this guy, and he happens to be a part of Coca-Cola in a really big way. And so for the last 2 years, every event that we host, Coca-Cola sponsors it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is talk to everybody.
Talk to everybody.
Network with everybody. You never know who's going to be in the building.
Yeah.
You never know who you will get in contact with.
Yeah.
So, as we wrap up, anything else you would like to our listeners to?
Yes, follow us. Follow us on social media. We are trying to get the word out of who Humanitarian Gang is. We're also trying to influence more people to do things for the community, and we're definitely trying to help our youth to be able to see some positivity on social media. So the more people that we can get to follow us, the more people that we can get to interact with us, the better. Definitely check us out at humanitarianganginc.org. Hit the donate tab. We'll love to take, a few pennies from you if you got it to spare. But thank you for the opportunity. This is my first ever podcast, and I'm super stoked about it, to be completely honest with you. So thank you for this opportunity.
Awesome. All right, guys, check us out, and we will talk with you all soon.
Bye.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Dr. Angie Speaks. If this conversation moved you, challenged you, or made you think,